You heard the saying, when it rains it pours. It's really been pouring out here at Blindlight in Georgia. This video is in conjunction with a lot of the things going on swirling around Crusader Girl, the revelation that she was in a Showtime documentary recently. I found this article on Sinead's Heathen Woman website that she recently posted that totally ignored this Showtime video, where Christian Piccolini, a guy who she writes an article defaming, is the star of this Showtime presentation. And guess who else is the star? Nathan Damago and Crusader Girl. Crusader Girl basically says the white people are haters. She's learned her lesson. She just wants to love all races now. Let me reiterate, I defined Crusader Girl as a likely plant last fall. And this basically puts ties a ribbon around that package, and I can send it in the mail now. Crusader Girl, in my opinion, did a staged operation, PSYOP, on the community, infiltrated the community for a year, pretending she was a white nationalist. Why would Piccolini become involved with all this group surrounding Sinead, right? And then also be the subject of this Showtime documentary, and so quickly. You can say it's a coincidence, but I can say it's a coincidence with an H. And I will say it. But I looked over Sinead's Heathen Woman's article titled Proof of Jewish Agent Christian Piccolini Harassing Women. And even though she does acknowledge he's a Jewish agent, this is not emphasized once in the article. What is emphasized is a hysterical fear about what this man is capable of doing to white nationalist women. Folks, this then makes it a distraction caper. Clearly, Piccolini, working with Showtime, is not a guy that's going to go kill white women. Clearly, Sinead, who's aware of everything that goes on, and was aware that a Crusader Girl cucked out, when she gave a link to demonstrate that, avoided the link that gave Piccolini the prime starring role in the Showtime documentary. So this obviously, in my opinion, further puts a nail in the Sinead coffin as being a distraction device, who plays on the petty concerns of people surrounding her that listen to her, so they get caught up in drama of no consequence to doing anything of value in a movement to remove Jews from power. And therefore, you can say that she herself is a likely Jewish child. Now, whether she's Jewish or not, I don't know, but she's likely enough. Masons serve Jews. She's from a rich family, went to a kindergarten that charged $50,000 a year to go there. So let me go to the desktop, and I wish you would click on the first one. So in this article, I introduce the Crusader testimony video, which let's play one more time because you can't hear this too often. All I have to do is refresh the page. The video will play automatically at the right place.
My name is Grace, and I'm here to talk about how being a racist stole my high school years. I came across a website that told me that minorities are responsible for all the wrong in the world, and I believed it. Soon I found a white nationalist movement that gave me a sense of belonging and a sense of purpose. I eventually learned that the friends I met in the movement were nasty and ignorant people. I also learned that we as humans are evolved enough to coexist rather than live as separate tribes. Nowadays, I just want to reinvent myself and help people of all races. The best gift you can get to the world is a kinder version of yourself.
Okay, any of you feel like you got played last year with Crusader Girl? Pretty convenient, she jumps right into Showtime. Pretty convenient, Showtime's totally aware of Christian Piccolini, and just to make sure that you know Christian Piccolini is a huge part of this show, first let's look at our good buddy Nathan Damago doing cameo starring roles in a show promoting the dark side of the internet that involves white nationalism. Is he a good guy or is he not a good guy? Now, another quick click to, let's go to, here's Piccolini.
It was very intoxicating. Aside from the violence that it caused.
Christian Piccolini is a movie star. He's not going to terrorize your women, guy.
All those seeds of hate. Thousands of them.
So, needless to say, he probably gets more airtime than anyone else. Needless to say, this documentary came out, I don't know 100%, but I'm assuming it came out before May 6th when Sinead posted this. If it didn't, and Sinead was truly unaware of Christian Piccolini's starring role, and I'm convinced of that, I will offer Sinead an apology. But so she goes into the proof. I've reposted this on my site, giving Heathen Women the credit, with a few minor comments during the article by me. I am posting this to show the world just what Christian Piccolini is all about. His harassing, stalking, preying on young women. No! He's saving young women from hate! That's what it says in the documentary! It's on national TV! It's gotta be true! So this is the video she decides to show of Crusader Girl cooking out. It's a good video, but it leaves Piccolini totally out of the equation.
Hey everyone, it's me, Grace. Today I'm going to be doing a video. Are you concerned about demographic replacement? Are you tired of feminists, SJWs, and Black Lives Matter terrorists destroying the foundation of a healthy society? And Western civilization is in decline.
If you or someone you know is in the dark world that hate takes you to, we can help. No judgment, just help.
My name is Grace, and I'm here to talk about how being a racist stole my high school years. Nowadays, I just want to reinvent myself and help people of all races. The best gift you can give to the world is a kinder version of yourself.
Of course, now, this is an excerpt. This is an excerpt of that shot in the movie. Remember, this is a documentary that had to be in the works last winter. Totally on top of this. It's one thing they're claiming that the parents called this outreach and Piccolini got involved. If it wasn't staged, you really think the people on TV would have gotten aware of it that quickly? No, they already knew what was going on. It was already in the works. They probably helped make the videos that Crusader Girl put out all summer long, the people at Showtime. And Piccolini was part of the Showtime thing. That's not to say he doesn't do what he does. He probably does. I don't really know. But I have to assume Sinead is aware of this, But anyway, she doesn't let you know about the Showtime documentary, and she proceeds to sow fear. Nothing but fear. The first two screenshots were released by Valiant in October and early November. Valiant is allegedly up. When Piccolini, she introduced us to Piccolini, remember? And then Crusader Girl got involved. When Piccolini was harassing her as well. The Facebook screenshot besides Skype chats is from a young lady named Rachel who did not do it, but just... that's not that juicy. The last photo is from a weird email that Valiant received from a woman who was distressed by the Piccolini was making death threats. Folks, I don't know whether these things are real or not. Maybe they are. Maybe it was part of the psyop. Or maybe Sinead's part of the stage. You have to seriously consider Sinead's part of this staged event if she's giving you such a skewed interpretation of what happened with Crusader Girl and sowing female fear porn into men that will prey on their stance of white nationalism, making them probably scared to voice their beliefs about white nationalism. And wouldn't that be what a Jew-op does? Advocate voicing your beliefs, but then creating a situation where you're scared to say anything? He would also harass males, but loves to target teenagers especially. If he plays his cards right, he won't risk attacking people who may be crazy enough to kill him. He's a Jew-op. He was working with a Jew-op. Everything was under control. He was never in danger. Why are you sowing all this drama, Sinead? And then she starts to question if he was really a skinhead in Chicago. Yeah, all that very well might be staged, Sinead, and you very well might know it's staged, because aren't you living in Florida, somewhere fairly close to where Crusader Girl's parents live? That's an interesting coincidence. So she's questioning his history. Of course, any PSYOP has a made-up history to sell their PSYOP. Sinead, do you have made-up history that sold your PSYOP in the past? Do you ever talk about with your people the times you used to hug gay black men as you are in the middle of defaming gay white nationalist men? Just curious. Wondering. I finish up with my comment. Sinead, he's a Jew-op, and though you paid lip service to that in the title, it wasn't mentioned once in the article. That's kind of like showing a video where Muslims are raging against whites, but claiming that Jews are part of the problem in whispered tones. Who do you think the audience will focus on as their enemy? The Jew or the raging Muslims? So you mention he's a Jew-op, but all you do is create a distorted picture of this guy being a maniac. He's working with the authorities. He's a professional. Are you a professional, Sinead? Folks, this is Blindlight here. What we clearly have here is a girl, Sinead, releasing intentional disinfo to keep the low IQ follower whites that believe her white feminism busy with drama. That's all it is, folks. Smell the coffee. So let's bring us back to home. Folks, I keep wanting to get a sign from Sinead that although everything in the world points to the fact that she's an op, her supporting VK Clark behind the curtain when I was in the middle of taking VK Clark down and refusing to help me take her down when I offered her the opportunity. So many things. Her being involved with the Valiant so early on in 2016, sort of a staged event, a confrontation, and then they became friends, and then they became enemies, and then they became friends. It's drama, man. Sinead's here to sell drama. She's a protected entity. That's why trolls come onto my site. That's why I may get a lot of trolls from this video on my site, because she's a protected entity. And of course, anybody associating with her closely, defending her, without addressing valid concerns, and just attacking personally the person making the insinuations, you can assume is in on the gig. We will see you soon. I don't think I'll be making another video tonight, but you never know. Over and out, Goy.